I'm here with the great Matt of Hatebreed. These guys are touring across North America, celebrating 30 years of the band. I can't believe it's been 30 years already. Can you believe it's been 30 years?
No, I can't believe it either. I've been with the band now, 25, 26? So to know that the band's been around for 30 years, wow. And, we keep touring strong. And a lot of these places we're doing on this tour, cities we've been to over the years for sure, but we're stepping up the production, playing larger places, bigger turnouts. So we're really going for it with the 30-year anniversary, adding a lot of production and whatnot.
When you joined the band, did you think the longevity of the band would be what it is today, including also the discography of the band? I mean, you guys, it's like one hit after another.
I think we've been very lucky. I feel like the music climate has changed a lot from what it was 30 years ago, so I'm just glad that we've been able to change with it. We have a very loyal fan base. I mean, yeah, if you would have told me back in the day when I first came in the band that we would be around this long, no, I wouldn't think that. No way. I just don't, heavy metal bands they come and go, I guess. The big dogs have really stuck around, but I had no idea we would be a big dog like that, so I'm just very thankful that we've been here for so long.
You guys are a big dog in a small yard.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I guess. Maybe that's not the proper term. I don't know. First thing that came to my head.
I always go back to a show that I saw from you guys. You guys were celebrating the 25th anniversary of the band around that time. You guys played Heavy Montreal. I don't think I've ever been as close of dying in a mosh pit as I was watching you guys perform there. I'm sure you hear this all the time.
We do hear it a lot. The pits can get pretty crazy, especially at Heavy MTL, which I believe is not around anymore at this point.
It's not.
Hopefully they bring it back, because that was probably the greatest festival in this northeastern part of Canada over here, or lower northeast. The pits are nuts. So far, we're 5 shows into this. This will be our 5th show. We're 4 shows into this tour, and every night it's been crazy. You could see a lot of the videos on our Instagram of just wide open circle pit. Thankfully, nobody's gotten hurt, but... Hey man, that's how it gets. That gets crazy.
I think I was mentally hurt because I realized how old I was, considering everybody around me was so young, enjoying it, and having the body that can outlast everybody else, and me feeling like the next day I'm not going to be able to even go to work. So that's kind of where I was coming from.
That's what happens as you get older. You got to be careful. We call it Mosh retirement. A lot of people are coming out of Mosh retirement. If you do it at your own risk.
See, I do individual circle pit where I just circle around myself.
Probably safer that way. You're not going to hit anybody and break something.
That is true. So you guys are on this massive package, headlining this incredible package, playing all sorts of shows in Canada, in the U.S. Yeah. When you play these shows and you look at the longevity of the band, is there a venue, is there a city that it's always going to have that special place in your heart because maybe something cool happened there, maybe it was a different performance for you?
First one that always comes to mind with that type of question is Detroit. Our shows there are always insane, always have been. Playing the Shelter back in the day, St. Andrews Hall, Harpo's, the Fillmore, or the State Theater, what it was back in the day. But the Harpo's holds a special place for us because we shot our DVD there in 2007. So it was sold out, it was crazy, and that's cemented in time now. So I think that city will always hold a special place in our hearts.
Wow, you guys are a band that when you go on stage, the energy that you guys give the fans, I think it's almost the same energy that you guys get back to the fans. When you're sitting behind the drum kit, do you take a little bit of time in between songs? Because I know there's not a lot of time to really appreciate what's in front of you, but do you take some time to really take it all in? Because it's not just a performance, it's about being in the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I find that I do that more now. I think the longer we've been around and a little older I get, being up there and still being able to do this for a living after all this time, I find that now I kind of just, it's like you stop and smell the roses. I put the sticks down on the snare for a second. I just kind of gaze around and see what's going on around me. Whereas, in the younger years, you're just 1, 2, 3, 4, go, And yeah, you're right. Our sets are like that. We're like Motorhead. We're like the Ramones. It's just bam, 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 one after the other. So yeah, to kind of stop and smell the roses, as I said, is it's interesting. Because you just look around at all the faces around you and you're really taking in all the energy that's going on at the show. And as soon as that, it's fun to watch, the calm before the storm. As soon as that next song, that 4 count comes in and the place explodes again, it's a totally different vibe.
In the axis of evil that is Hatebreed, when you look at the discography, when you look at the bands that you guys influence, when you look at the music that you guys are still creating, of those three things, what do you feel is the most important for you? The discography, what you've done, what you're still doing, or the bands you've have influenced along the years?
I think it goes hand in hand, really. I think they're both equally important. One, it's cause and effect. One influences the other. So once again, I mean, it's not an age thing, but we're putting in time here. So the more we stick around, the more that you're seeing younger bands pop up, or we're touring with, that we bring out or meet up on festivals in Europe or whatever, that actually, they're making their mark now and they're causing a lot of noise, and it's really awesome to see, especially when they come up to you and say, oh yeah, man, I've been listening to you since, I was 15, or I learned to play the drums on this song, or I used to watch read your articles in Drum Magazine, or I used to watch the YouTube of you doing this or that. So it's a different phase in the career of being in the band, and creating this music. It's cool. It's nostalgic. It's flattering. It's exciting. It's everything all in one.
And do you still have any bucket list items that you haven't ticked yet?
Probably tour with Metallica. I mean, an official tour. We've done plenty of festivals with them, cross paths in Europe and stuff like that. But to actually do like a full-blown tour, a lot of our peers have. They've been given the opportunity, and that's awesome. I mean, we all love Metallica, We all listened to them coming up and learning to play the instrument and everything. They were our big influences, all of us, the metalheads. So to do a proper tour with them anywhere in the world would be sick. Yeah, that's a big one.
Would you be standing in the back watching Lars play and taking some, I don't know, mental notes or something? I don't know what you would do.
Of course. I don't know what I'd do either. Put us on the road with them and we'll see. Yeah, I'd watch them every night.
I think you guys would be a great partnership for Metallica, and I think it's a matter of time. I mean, you guys are reaching that plateau where you're at that kind of level that it would make sense for them to take you guys on the road. I think it's just a matter of time. Just another record, maybe.
Yeah, just one more record. That would be great.
Yeah. See, there you go. Just one more.
Wish. One can wish.
Man, you have to dream big, because if you don't dream big, how are you going to achieve them?
You're absolutely correct on that.
If you dream small, then you're already there anyways. Plus, you have nothing to lose. Put things outside into the ether. You throw things out there,
That's it.
And then you hope that they materialize.
That's absolutely true. I'm going to think about that every day, every minute, starting right now.
I would suggest you maybe send some tweets out or something like that.
Tweets. Yes.
Is it still tweets?
Or X's? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe send some X's out.
Yeah.
Yeah. whatever the kids call it these days, just go do it. Anyways, man, thank you very much for your time, man. It's always a pleasure to see you, always a pleasure to talk to you. Congratulations on the 30-year history of the band. You guys are a phenomenal band. You guys have had such an impact on music and on other bands. There's a lot of bands, maybe even in harm's way, that wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys.
We're very appreciative of that. I don't know what to say. It's very flattering to think about that. Somebody came up to me not too long ago and said, "Yeah, no, you guys are the biggest hardcore band in the world," and I'm like, "What? No." But I guess to some people we are. I don't know if that's an official thing, but just to think on that scale is pretty impressive, and it's flattering, and all the good stuff that goes with it.
I think you guys are, because when I look at other bands that I grew up listening to, like Agnostic Front, Cro-Mags, all of those bands, we're at a point where they kind of look up to you guys now and are really proud that you guys have been able to take the flag from them and then push it forward, or maybe the 10-yard line. I don't watch football, whatever that stuff you guys do.
That's a big deal for those guys to say that. I don't even know what to say about that. I'm glad we've had the opportunity to tour with them at different points. Our influences, metal or hardcore. So if that's what's being said, I mean, it's just flattering.
I think you guys are beyond hardcore at this point. At this point, you guys are just a big metal band. That's how I like to call it.
I like to think about, I look at us more as a metal band. I think just saying hardcore is kind of limiting. You listen to any of our music and you could tell that. You know. I always looked at it, I just say heavy metal.
I think it's putting a cap on what you guys are doing, and you guys are gone way beyond just that niche. Maybe that's where it all started, but you guys are way beyond it. Matt, thank you very much for your time, man. All the best on this tour. Enjoy yourselves. The tour dates are going to be in the description of this video, so go check out these guys on the road celebrating 30 years of the band. They're older than my son. Keep that in mind.
That hurts.